Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, a wonderful day. You guys hear an echo, or is it just me? Might just be me. All right. Well, let's go ahead and just get into what's been happening and what happened yesterday. We'll do a little bit of a review. We can see, morning, Jason. We can see that the market, opened lower on that gap, took a little peek at the low, was unable to really kind of get anything going, bounced up, a lot of volume came in, and then the market started to rally for the rest of the day. Ending the day, I guess you wouldn't really call it on a spike, but after those last 15 minutes really spiked up till into the end of the day. So we're gonna have to kind of monitor this as maybe as some support area. Another key thing to note going into today is this 440 area, and this is a level that one of our members, Roach, has talked about for a while. That has been acting as resistance, right? Well, now that we kind of are going to be gapping above it, any pushback down to it and kind of see where the point of control is at should act as support. So we'll kind of, that's going to be kind of the first key today to see if any retracement is going to come back to this point of control and then catch a bid from there. Remember, gap rules are in play. I would say balance rules are in play as well, right? Yesterday we had this 2-day balance. We had to look below and fail, came right back to the mean, the center of balance. And today we're kind of looking above that 2-day balance, above these excesses. So what strength should look like, or continuation today, should really just bounce. We shouldn't get a ton of this like we have been. If we do, then the odds start to increase that we keep spending time in this area, especially leading into home sales, which is 30 minutes after the open. And then we also have what's tomorrow? The docket. Tomorrow we've got PCE, and then pending home sales. That's pretty much it. But PCE, I think a lot of people are kind of waiting on that. PMIs, a lot of people will track inflation, but PCE is more how the Fed tracks inflation. So I think that's going to be a really important report tomorrow, and that's kind of what people are waiting on until they, maybe put their stuff on. But it looks like we're getting some continuation to the upside here early during Globex. So a lot of stops might come out right away. Some big movers this morning too. You've got Tesla's on the tear. The last time I looked, Tesla was up like 10%. Yeah, it's all the way up 159. Morning, Tommy. Morning, Plum.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Dad. Damn, this might be the earliest I've ever got mail in my entire life. The mailman's here outside right now. So let's talk about some other possibilities, I guess. We had to settle 32.75, which was just a couple ticks lower than the previous day's settle, which is, kind of funny. We looked all the way below it and then came back above, and so now we're breaking the high. So, like I said, we want to see continuation. I'd really like to see it hold this 56.75, even just a little pullback. That would be ideal. Um, but remember, we're going to go with any gaps that don't fill right well. We want to go with any gaps that don't fill right away. We're going to be opening up around a 20-point gap too, so a fairly large gap. And a lot of times, if you're inexperienced or a newer trader, better outcomes if you just watch the morning on a gap like that. This. John, good morning. Caesar, good morning. Lecker, good morning. I mean, there's really just not a whole lot going on. We've got news coming out 30 minutes after the open, which may or may not move the market at all. The market might not even care. All walls 4070. Is that for the weekly expires? Double R, yo, yo, yo. All right. Now we're ready. You've got about 3 minutes left until the market opens up. Now's that time where, if you're going to do any preparation or you're going to be preparing for your plan or finalizing anything, now is the time to get that locked in. GDP was positive, and it, I guess, that indicates a lack of recession. So that there's another, plus, kind of looking for the market to just, catch a bid early here. We've got, 30 seconds left. There's the open. I don't know why it didn't hear a ding, but so we're just kind of hanging out right here. A little bit of weakness early on. They're trying to push it down. Watch the sectors here to catch a bid. Look at the NYSE up big, NASDAQ up big. Tick's still coming. Goes, should take the Globex high. There it is. Perfect trade for the first stop of the day. Our stop at 60. Remember, we got that VPOC at 40.78, and then John was saying there's a call wall at 40.70. So let's take a peek at the SPY. See where SPY sitting. 403. This is EX right here. Gapping up 40.50 right to trend. Interesting. Little volume coming in right above. Little overhead supply to start the day. NASDAQ looks like it wants to go. There it goes. Good volume coming in up here. We've got good volume coming in above yesterday's range. And you're seeing, price just kind of hang out right here. So if they can't get above, we can assume that it's going to pull back and probably to the impulse, which was like 48, which would close the gap, I think. Oh, no. A lot of our sectors turning over green. Breadth is still holding strong. And look at the NYSE and the NASDAQ AD here. Remember, we've talked about this. When they start to get over 1,500 and start to kind of hold like this, you really start to get pressure on anyone taking the opposite side of that trades to cover their positions, because it's what a trend starts to develop. So, we'll have to monitor that. But see if they get this breakdown below the open. Failure to break below the open will let you know that you shouldn't be selling at all today. But if it breaks below the open, we're looking for that 48 level. It could be a little liquidation break. As that came off the highs a little bit. You can see how the ES kind of been holding that 50 as a, kind of a trend here. That's what we call it, like an automatic trend. Break of here, bring us back to that VWAP, that 50, 48 level is what I'm looking for. That VPOC right below, overnight VPOC. Decent volume came in right there. Volume still coming in on this way up, so it's gonna be tough to tell if this is absorption or not. But I mean, they really didn't get below the open there. They're still stuck sellers below the open from right when we opened. So let's go ahead and shake the high. Auto volume coming in still. $510 lots sitting on the 70. Nasdaq is looking kind of strong comparatively. Bot still has no trade. There's some selling there.
Not yet. The bot hasn't done a trade yet, but it is on the new model, so it will do a trade up for a while. I mean, it has potentially will do a trade and as soon as it starts getting counts. We're still in the initial. It's currently still in the initial what the initial model did. So we have another few more minutes, 5 more minutes for that. And then once it gets past that, then it will drop into that secondary. And I'll let you know if it gets in.
Okay. Everything looks good for the upside. I mean, this thing's just not pulling back. You know what I mean? It's hard to really just bail on a long trade, even on small pullbacks like that, because they're just not going. The only thing that's kind of pulling me off here is the Nasdaq's a little bit weaker. But if the ES really starts to go, then the Nasdaq should really start to go. There goes the Nasdaq. It's rejected. The Nasdaq got rejected, and the rest of the market's trying to follow it. Sellers are trying to pile in here. See if they can take the open here. This could pull you off of it. Oh, 1 second. School's going. Hello? Morning, Roach. Hot mic? What do you mean, Jay Clark? Back to the 50 here. Notice the VWAP is climbing up. V counts are starting to climb a bit. And it's a lot of selling down here in this area, but they just really haven't been able to take the open. That guy just on has a very hot mic. That guy was talking very loud compared to you. Oh, you know what? That's my fault. Okay. Should be better now if anyone talks. I always turn up the volume in the morning because we listen to music readily, and then I always forget to turn down.
Is that
I mean,
better?
it sounds fine to me. It's just YouTube.
No, I know. I'm asking him if it sounds better.
It'll be fine. Little tinnitus never killed anybody. All right, there's the open. They got it. If they get any continuation. Apple's doing okay. Microsoft's flat. Google's okay. Amazon's good. I'm surprised I didn't put Tesla in that code. Or selling on the 57. Trying to hammer here. They're smashing through, little short covering there. So we were below the open. We like this 48 level. See some opportunity there. The tempo's picking up though a little bit. Volume's not really doing amazing, but tempo definitely is picking up. It looks like there could be an open test drive to the downside. Um, I'm feeling the upside, to be honest, but just because of how like bullish the market is. But I'm also kind of using this high right here, this 56. I mean, I was really using the open, but because it's the high of this 2-day balance, I think we have to hold them up above this level. And if we're unable to, this is kind of a similar look to what we got yesterday. That was a look below balance, right? You got this look below balance and fail. We rallied all the way to the high, so now we're looking above. Got our VPOC up above, so this is starting to be reminiscent of like yesterday we came down, hit a VPOC, and then came back up. Uh, it's a unless we close the gap, it's going to be hard for me to really just abandon the upside today. No problem, Jay Clark. Uncle Stacy, he said that the mic's much better now.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely opportunity for both sides, right? There's definitely opportunity to get short up there for sure. It's just really hard. I mean, we're starting to get a rollover here. We've got a negative tick. That lets you know that the fade is on, kind of. Here they go, leaning on it again. I'll be right back, guys. Whoa. Walk away for a second. Market falls apart. Holy shit. So there's the, oh no, gap fills down here. 38. It looks like they're going for this gap fill, to be honest. Tempo's increasing. There's the gap fill right there.
So, Brad, have you added an additional 30-minute period onto your normal TPO?
What do you mean?
Just because my gap's not filled yet. That's all.
Oh,
mean,
you know
like-
what? You're right. You're right. Because it's the 45, so the gap fills down to 35.75. My bad.
Because you've got a new period in, right? Got
Yeah,
an
it's
additional
got the
period,
4.5. Yeah, the
15
4:15
minutes.
period.
Yeah, got you.
But the only
So
reason
do
I did
you-
that is because it kept kind of skewing the Globex volume point of control because of all the volume that comes in right at the market close.
Yeah, right. at
And
the
so I
beginning, yeah, got you.
Yeah.
But is the actual traditional gap without that period?
Right. Right. Yeah,
Okay,
that was
cool,
my bad.
cool,
That was a
cool,
good
cool,
catch.
cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to. Oh, no, I might just leave it. We'll see. Yeah, I'm long from the 41 one lot, but I think I'm gonna add 2 lots right here, 44, 75. I can get filled, and see if we can catch a bounce back up to VWAP. $52 is VWAP.
Pretty decent bounce off the low there.
Yeah, that was nice.
And
I
do
got
you
that
take
little
that
taper.
into they couldn't fill that last little bit of the gap?
Right.
Take anything from that?
Well, as soon as you mentioned it, I was like, you know what? You're right. And I was like, I'm gonna take one long here, and I played it against that gap. And then once it bounced up to that 44, 75, 45, I added 2 more. And then I took one off 46 quarter, 48 quarter, and I've got one left, and my average is 42.87, I guess this thing says. So unable to push back up to the VWAP. Kind of a weak look here. And now we're seeing almost every sector flip red. So not ideal. You're starting to see the weighted AD.
Go on, carry on, mate. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, starting to say the weighted AD rolling over.
So do you take that more as the buyers weren't very strong to to get that up there, or do you just take that as the sellers are strong? Like as we got the bounce, but then they basically just slammed the whole bounce back down.
Well, I don't really take anything from it yet because we haven't filled the gap. If we do fill the gap, then that's a little bit different story. But like, you know, they just sometimes like I feel like when they get as this close to accomplishing a task and they're unable to accomplish it, it gives you that sign like, oh, this could get bad the other direction. If there is any bounces, right? And we just saw the first bounce very weak, so that lets us know, okay, buyers aren't really here yet. And so where would buyers be at inside yesterday's value, which happens to be 35.75? So if we see initiative buying before that level, then we can kind of still hold on to our long side buys today, even though we are, you know, not seeing the best things from the rest of the market. But understanding that, you know, like if you're going to take a long while the market's coming down, it's a responsive long, so you can't hope that it's just going to go to the high every time. And right now, like, I mean, the tick's holding below zero, weighted AD's rolling over, the breadth has come down a ton, the sectors are all red. I mean, like, there's just nothing telling you that this thing is finding buyers yet. But it is key to note that we're not getting a lot of volume down here, at least not yet. You know, so you're getting some sellers definitely kind of powering in, but to me it looks like a liquidation. Like this looks like a VWAP liquidation. Right. Then you got a little bit of balance. Buyers try to get in. There's another liquidation there, and now they're
buy the T2 high.
Right. And we still have yesterday's VPOC as well. As a I think this was likely older buy orders selling the open. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh yeah, like a liquidation. Yeah, like yeah, like they capitulated at the open. Yeah, yeah.
Man, these 1 minute candles are huge.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, 4 point range is pretty big. Comparatively, normally we're like 1.5, 2 maybe. So it's almost double the size of normal volatility. And then we've got news in 1 minute as well, so just be ready. The new home sales.
Wait, Brad, the news is coming on as soon as B-Bar opens?
Yeah.
I bet.
James George, good morning. All right, there's B period opening up. Here is the move, looking like it wants to go lower a little bit. The volume really kind of has slowed down, and now you're starting to see this 41, surprise, surprise, that 40 area that Roach has been talking about all week, like a magnet. The market just keeps getting sucked right back to it. So let's just kind of see. You know, we can use this 40 as support or resistance. And then remember, we kind of talked about this before. It wasn't really a spike, but like yesterday at the end of the market spiked up because of the Tesla earnings. So this should act as a little bit of support. But it's tough, you know, it's tough really to hold on to any positions long here because of the rest of the market is telling you that you're fucking wrong. Put calls 0 and 100. Or call put. Little profit taken from buyers right there. So be careful. If they don't catch this bounce, then they're going to bail quick. They have been kind of all day. Decent little bounce going there. We finally get that VWAP here. The tick has managed to climb above zero, just barely holding. Hasn't made any significant progress yet, but the market is slowly trying to climb up. A lot of volume coming in down here now. A key thing is, see the POC shift. If price is above, we should catch a nice bounce. If we don't get a POC shift, we could just keep bleeding. If we do get a POC shift and price starts to stay above, then we could see more liquidation. So far, B period remains inside A period, and so you really can't gather information from that. Good morning. We'll push lower there. Nasdaq breaks down below its VWAP now. Coming back down to like a previous low. Really tough period here so far. B period kind of looked up, stopped, came back down, kind of stopped. Nasdaq's back at the VWAP. Dow's below its VWAP. Nasdaq's starting to look a little bit worse here. And then the Dow is really looking terrible. It's on its low, and so is the Russell. NASDAQ really is kind of like the only thing holding the market up right now. And that might just be because Tesla is so strong. Tesla's up 8.4%. Mark today. No, we fucking missed it. I wasn't paying attention. AMD came up right to the spot that we wanted to sell some calls at. Because we wanted to sell these 78 calls against the 80 calls. It was right there at 77. It would have been at the money and could have gathered some good premium, but we fucking thoughts in a put. VPOC shifted, guys, so be careful here. And look where the VPOC's at, right at this 41. So the T plus 2 high. So if price starts to stay above this, we could catch a little bit of a bounce. The key will be to take the B high and regain the VWAP. That would give us a little bit more confidence. I still am more of a fader until we break the open. You know, if we have a rally that doesn't break the open, I think that's a fadeable rally, or a rally that goes to the VWAP and then comes back down. I think that's a fadeable rally as well, until we start to see, you know, the market strengthen up a bit here. There it goes. Nasdaq's at 12,000, so a very psychological level for the Nasdaq, right as the ES is hitting 4050. So another very psychological level. The Nasdaq has regained its VWAP now and is starting to bounce a little bit, where the ES is just getting to that VWAP, catching a little bit of resistance. Let's see if we can catch a bounce. Yeah, I agree, Roach, and that's what I was talking about. You know, I gave you credit too, because you've been dead on since Monday about that 40-40 level. It really has been the perfect pivot.
I wasn't here earlier. You mentioned it. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, no
I
worries.
said it again. I didn't hear your pre-mark today. I was a little late.
Oh, okay. Well, just see me after class.
Hit my knuckles with the ruler, right?
Yeah, yeah. Put your hands on the table. Close your eyes.
Like the nuns used to.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. Because my wife went to Catholic school as a kid, and she said the fucking Same shit. She's like, yeah, you used to put your hands on the table, and the nuns would just fucking smack your hands with a yardstick.
Yeah, they were nasty. I didn't go to that school, but I know kids that did. We had
I
one
was
in
like,
04.
if that happened in California, god damn, you'd have a lawsuit on your hands. I don't give a shit if it's
Well,
private school or not.
Yeah. I've been hit by teachers even in public school.
I got grabbed by a teacher in 7th grade. He grabbed me by the shoulders, started shaking me. Mr. Etner. He's a piece of shit. He hated me because I had to walk to school every day. Well, when I was at my mom's house, I had to walk to school. It was far as fuck. And so he's like, "You're always late." He's just a piece of shit, bro. Anytime you put your hands on a kid, that's how you know when you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, a lot of them hated their job and they just felt like powerful. They were probably punks when they were kids, and then they had a little bit of power. So
Yeah, exactly. And this guy was the vice principal. So, like, he was on a power trip for sure.
I had the one teacher take me outside in the hallway, and I had one teacher crack me in the head, and I didn't do nothing because I deserved it. I mean, he cracked me. He almost hit my whole desk. But I didn't say nothing. I didn't tell anybody or nothing. I deserved it. I was busting the ball.
Yeah.
Another guy took me out in the hall, and I didn't deserve it. And I didn't let him. I kind of shook him up.
Showed him who's boss. Yeah.
I fought back.
Have you ever seen the movie Home? It's a kid's movie.
No, home.
Yeah, it's called
yeah.
Home.
Purple guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boobs is what they're called. Yeah, they have this thing in the movie, and it's called a shushing stick. And you just like smack people on the top of the head, and you're like, shush, shush, shush. It's funny as fuck. That would be funny if teachers had that. But you know what? Also, today's schools, like some of the stories my daughter tells me with the kids, she's in the 5th grade, and some of these kids mouthing off to the teachers, like, my daughter's thinking like, damn, if I even mouth off like that to my dad, get the shit slapped out of me. I'm definitely not going to do it at school. But I guess these kids don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, it's worse now. It's
It's
way
a
worse.
fucking
Like
animal.
I said, when I was there, if I deserved it, I took it. Whatever. I got a couple beatings from the teachers.
Yeah, you know when, like, as a kid, like when you're fucking off.
Yeah.
It's not like when you're like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. When they're 10 years old, you're fucking off. It's like that you're fucking off. But I can only imagine like how these kids act at home if this is how they act in public. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I told you about the daycare. They're brutal.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable with these kids. Oh.
Yeah, I guess one of the girls in my daughter's class was like texting during class. The teacher's like, "Hey, put that away," and she just looked the teacher straight in the face and was like, "Nah."
Hmm.
But what's funny is like where I grew up, that shit wouldn't fly. Like a teacher would have just snatched it out of your hands. Yeah, everyone's in along, I think. It's looking a little weak. Might come back down the view up now. See if that 48 will hold us. It's so funny, like, just because I've lived in so many different parts of the United States, seeing all of the different cultures just within the United States. It's like, it's pretty insane. There we go. Nasdaq's getting ready to pop. Remember what we talked about, right? If we had a rally that didn't take the open, that's a fadeable rally. And so far, we haven't been able to take the open. You see that weak spot right below the open at 58. I cannot talk today. If we get to that weak spot and can't pop the open, there you get your opportunity to fade this thing. With, you know, tech. Well, tech's about to go green. Liquidity. I mean, I don't know. This is. Let's be patient here, I guess. If you're in the long, just try to keep running it, but keep a tight stop. But I mean, it could fail right here, so you might want to take profit below the open if you're, depending upon what you're still rocking. And this is an area where the Nasdaq got resistance earlier as well. Yeah, there it goes. Distance for the Nasdaq.
Weird opening hour, right?
Very.
The way it was coming down, filled the gap, and then just literally just stopped to the previous day's high, and then B's tried to come down again, and you got that weak low now. But it's still just jetting up.
Big buy orders coming in here. 100 lot on the 52, and then some aggression from like 51.75 to 52.5.
Shows it was mainly all just liquidation, Brad, if the B's come back and recovered the majority of the move.
Unless it can't take the open,
Okay, cool. So
then
that's
that
kinda
would
where it would've
indicate that
started
there's a
from,
seller. Right.
sitting up there, pushing it down still.
Because that's where the liquidation break started. So you assume
Just above
that's
the open, right?
right. And so you can assume like people piled in, like on both sides, buying the dip, buying the break, and then selling the break as well, whatever their biasy was. And then, you know, you kind of have like a
session.
right.
Right, and then they cool, and then they've liquidated down, and that's what's caused the fast drop in A period,
Right.
as well as the overnight weak hands.
Exactly. And really the only thing that we have is value higher, prices higher than yesterday's high, volumes coming up, right? We got our VPOC, we bounced. You know, that's something we talked about. If VPOC shifts up here and we stay above, catch another bounce. Like, I think that first liquidation was really kind of like a gotcha, scared little bitch. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it feels like, or it felt like, you know, because it just went down so fast, no volume came in, then we got to the bottom, we sat for a little bit, volume came in, and then boom, we started popping the volume. Buying still coming in here, a little book sweep from 58 to 59 quarter, really, right there. Come on, NASDAQ, keep going. We can do it. I've sold half, leaving the rest as a runner. Nice, bro. There's the open.
Did you get long in there, Brad, on the B bar?
Yes, I did.
When did you get long? When we couldn't take the low, or
I got long at 46.
as we broke
So late.
broke away from that volume?
Right. So I got long initially that 41 that I told you, and then the 44.75, but I took all three of those off. The 41 came all the way back down, took me out break even. We held down there, and then I have I have 48 written down, and I like the 48 level, but we popped up to 46, started to hold a little bit. So I jumped on, took one up to the VWAP, and then took another one up to the 58.50 right here, and now I just have one left. and then just kind of hoping and praying here. But we can't hold the open. Like, I've got my stop at 56.50, and if we get back below there now, it's like I'm just kind of search for another position, I guess. Yeah. I'd like to stay above this 56.75. I mean, I'd really like to stay above the open. That's what I thought. Here's my desk phone, so I can call the trading floor.
So another good indication, right, that it was struggling to get down low is when we was just wicking straight back up on the ticks.
Exactly.
Close below the zero.
And then remember we were at like 44, and the tick had just come up like and just like kind of like barely holding above. I think it was like right here. It's like right at 10. Then we dropped below and then came right back up, like you're saying. And then yeah, so I think that's good observation. We've got a little bit of weighted AD pop. Let's see, I added better one.
1 minute ticket and the 15-minute. Just because sometimes you can just see the wicks a little bit more. Like I said, there's no closes on the 15 below the
Right.
zero.
Yeah.
It's hard to see on the 1 minute.
Yeah, that's a good um oh, there. That's a good idea actually, Tommy, to have the tick up in a different setting, because I have it up here on the 5 minute on the other screen. Like take a peek at it and kind of see what it's all about. I like to look at the tick at the end of the day on the daily chart. Also, just to compare the highs and lows.
Okay, cool. What to see if they match?
Right. Or to see like so if we take the tick, yeah, let's just do this. Tick.
In some of this gap, Brad.
What's that?
Do you think we could just be filling in some of this gap as well? Putting some volume in this gap.
Yeah. Because we didn't see the point of control shift up. We can kind of assume that buyers are just taking profit, not necessarily sellers coming in. Only thing that's really like, kind of making me feel like this thing wants to roll over a little bit more is like tech, healthcare, financials, consumer discretionary. Like our top four are just kind of really weak.
Put more safe plays, right? Like safety,
Right.
utilities, and materials and stuff.
Yeah, the risk off.
That's the one. Risk off.
Safety, risk off, same thing. Yeah, there was a big, but that's what I'm wondering. Is that a big seller? Because I think they're playing games today on the Dom. There's a sell. There's some aggressive selling through a couple levels there. C period opens up.
Definitely pretty choppy.
Oh, it's the worst, yeah. Nothing's worse than chop on big days.
Yeah, because it's so hard to place your stop, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, 33 range is basically double the normal range we have for our initial balance for the previous week. Normally we've got like a nice tight AB, then we get some extension, and then do whatever from there. But price tick down.
Still,
Oh, okay.
Still not lots of information we can take yet, right? Until we get above the A or the B or below.
Until we break at least the B range. But yeah, for the most part, A set the boundaries, and all we're doing is just balancing here. What is my mouse at?
On a day like today, Brad, or do you just take your risk down a little bit so you can give yourself a little bit more space for your stop?
I do like a combination of both. I do take a little bit of risk off when we get some volatility, but typically, or sometimes depending upon like if we get like these inflection points, I'll add one if it starts to win right away, then I'll toss a couple more on and try to ride it, but just like finger on the flat in case it doesn't work out right away. Yeah, today's the day where like I'm mostly entering all these positions with 1 or 2 lots at first. Holding the 50 there. The 50's right on the VWAP. Nasdaq trying to come down a little bit though.
On the ticks as well. Higher lows. Sorry.
Higher lows. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it looks like it wants to make a higher high right here. So that would have been a decent little fade when the market didn't take the open. So volatile days definitely have two-sided trading, and I would say that any fade that you took from the open was a good trade because most of our signals are kind of mixed today, right? We don't really have any conviction yet. And we've been kind of lucky the past couple of days, I mean, besides like Tuesday, I guess Tuesday was kind of miserable, but the 23rd, what was that? Monday, right? Yeah, Monday was, pretty trending. And then Wednesday, very similar, right? Came down and then we pretty much trended up for the rest of the day. So back to a Tuesday like day, but like I said, I've been saying, it just feels like it wants to go up. Figured out this weighted AD so it doesn't move, just stays right where we want it to be.
On Ninja Trader, so you don't have to keep moving your chart.
What's that?
Is there anything on Ninja Trader you can put on so you don't have to move your chart as the time goes? If that makes sense. Like as my chart keeps going, it just will start disappearing, and you have to just start pulling it over, and you think, oh shit, it's a new bar. I didn't even see it.
It depends. I think you can set like how many bars print to the right of the margin, and so like on TOS, I think I have like 50. So I could I could go like this, but there's a setting here. It should be something like this, like price X or no time access, and then bars to the right. If you change this to 0, it'll just stick right here, and you
Okay, got you.
yeah,
And then you can just put a bit more margin in, and it will move over a little.
right.
chart that does it, and I look and think it doesn't look like much is happening on that for 3, and then I move to the right, whole new bar.
You know, sometimes convenience is worth it. But that Chat GPT, honestly, you could probably, if you could find a code similar, you could take that code, kind of piece it apart, and then put it in that Chat GPT and be like, hey, I want this to work on NinjaTrader, and this is what I want it to do. And it could give you a sample, at least, to build around. And then I posted yesterday in the Discord, guys.
Yeah, I saw you posted something. I haven't had a chance to read that yet.
Have I updated my sectors? Yes. On the way today, D-line, I have, yeah. What is this?
The order flow labs, is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Leo the Tiger from Order Flow Labs. Let's see here.
Did you get a chance to read it yesterday?
Yeah, I read it last night before I went to bed.
Was it good?
Yeah. Oh, really? It's worth it. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, 100%. It's really cool that he put it out for free, because they run that website and like they charge people for like a monthly membership to all their order flow tools. But he put that out for free, which is, you know, pretty cool. And I've been following him for a while, but he had said a couple weeks ago that it was gonna be put out, but I'd never heard anything back about it. And then yesterday I remembered, checked the Twitter, and then it's there.
What's going on with your course, or have you put it on the back burner?
I haven't worked on it, to be honest. I got that first one done, and then it was all fucked up because I couldn't piece it together after trying for like hours, and I was just like, I hate this shit. Like I said, I think it'd be better off if we just like plan a time and like do like a weekend class, like one class every weekend. That way everyone can be fully focused. We're not, you know, trading while we're doing it, and you know, we're in the zone. And because we do live review every day, so we're here doing this every day, but it'd be better, I think, no distractions. So if we did like, you know,
Focusing in on one thing and then trying to implement that into your trade in the following week or something.
well, yeah, just becoming like, yeah, like a master at one thing, and then yeah, start to implement that, and then slowly add on it every week. All the rain fucking washed away all the snow already. Look at the weighted AD coming down pretty good here, and the rest of the sector starting to get real red. And we blew the VWAP. Nasdaq's right at its VWAP now. A little bit of a bounce there. You said AMD looks weak? Yeah. Let's see if it can break that previous level.
From,
I mean, AMD's
from
already at its so expected range low today is 74.35.
You don't think AMD is going to head lower?
No, I do think it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No, it
freaking A,
so
better.
yeah, like I just have like the expected ranges.
Yeah, right now so I was hoping it would do another buy, a 3-candle buy while it was floating higher, but it's right now about break even. Well, it's a little bit better than break even, so it's about 5%.
Well, it's about to break the low here, so you should pick up
Yeah,
some
it's
IV.
gonna pop that in a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
anyway,
And today's 10
it doesn't
contracts,
have
right?
to- What was that?
You're on 10 contracts today?
Yep. Today's 10
Oh.
contract day. It just broke the low.
You're
Yeah,
fucking
today's 10
you're white
contract day,
knuckling
so-
your mouse right now.
Well, kinda. Well, I jumped from 4 to 10. That's a hell of
Yeah.
that's a hell
No,
of a
that's a
jump.
that's
I mean, when
yeah.
you're when your wife says, "What the fuck you waiting for? Look at this thing." It kind of, you know, calls you into question where you're like, "Wow, I'm the pussy."
Like,
So
you don't
I decided-
understand. Sit behind the
Well, it's kind
computer.
of-
You want to
it's-
feel some stress.
It's kind of intimidating when, you know, normally it gets in, it's like, you know, $700-800 in for that first buy with 4 contracts. The very first buy, it's $2,400 in, and I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
little bit unnerving.
First time?
Well, first time I've been running 10 contracts.
No, it's like that meme where that guy's like getting hung and he's like, first time?
Oh, yeah, just like that. Anyway, we'll see where it ends up. It doesn't have to go very far. It doesn't, for the days like this where it gets in way late in the day, it doesn't look for crazy amounts of profit. So it's pretty modest. It should be able to get there pretty easily.
We got two
Yeah,
groups of
I was.
inventory.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, TJ.
What
I
was
was
that?
gonna say two groups of inventory right here, so don't get chopped up in the middle of these two, getting in on the wrong side.
Where's the low one?
If you look on the 1 minute, you can just kind of see like that lower consolidation and that upper consolidation.
Oh, I see
So-
what you're saying. So the like 30, so 35 to 40, and then the upper one is 40 or 60 to 50.
Yeah, I was
Is that-
originally looking for it to pull back to the 42 to get long. But I think I'm gonna give it some more time.
Yeah, I haven't even taken an ES trade.
That's because your fucking knuckles can't handle it.
Well, I'm watching it. I mean, it's gotten to the point of what I think was like $500 down. So nothing like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But still.
AMD came right up to that spot we talked about yesterday where I wanted to sell some calls, and I just wasn't paying attention this morning because the markets rolled over early, and I was like, you know, fucking like, when's this thing gonna stop?
AMD's popping back up a little bit, but it popped the low. So I wonder if it's actually trying to make a recovery or if it's
Well, those are.
just a bounce.
It looks like in AMD, you're just getting short covering inside yesterday's range. So all those trap shorts are just covering. But AMD is not really like above its balance like the ES is. AMD's in balance.
Yeah. Well, I don't expect AMD to like go crazy low, but I mean, it started 2.5% up almost. It opened the day at 2.5% up,
Yeah.
which is quite heavy. But it wasn't giving any counts. That's the reason why I didn't get in until now, or until a little bit ago. And counts have been flip-flopping. I mean, started to trend toward the upside early on, and then they started to trend toward the downside. And now they're coming down from an upside trend. So it seems like it's kind of like going back and forth, like it hasn't made up its mind.
And the bathroom to short against the open when C came up and put your stop behind the B bar.
Yeah,
That's
that would
what
have
I
been.
did, TJ.
Oh, nice.
Good deal, bro. Right at the first.
So you think we're gonna break this port? Because I know you mentioned wanting to take a long at 42, TJ.
Yeah, I just try to get in with whatever. So out the volume at the top. People probably were going long right there. So now we're gonna have resist. We're gonna the fifth.
You're kind of
Yeah.
cutting out, TJ.
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad.
Great. Let me see if I can get my Wi-Fi. It's not the best here.
What the fuck is going on here? 45.52. There's fucking orders coming through the time and sales right now that are not matching up with price. There was like a random 47.50, like a bunch of them. 347s.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
No, there is. Yeah.
Sounds like we're going up because if there's already orders getting placed up there, I ain't seeing them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it happens more often and I just noticed it right now, but it's like 2 points above price. There's that 47.
It's 47.50. Brad's seeing a minute into the future now.
Slowly but surely, I'll start seeing farther and farther into the future as I develop the powers of Neo. You know, Neo didn't make the first jump either. Okay, nobody makes the first jump.
But what if he does?
Jared, I watched this like montage of Dr. Disrespect and all his like rage moments.
Oh my
Fucking
god, he's
dude,
so funny.
dying. I was dying. He started going in. He was playing PUBG. But I guess like
Okay.
every minute on PUBG was from China and he was getting fucking heated. He's like, of course, fucking China. He's like, because the developers of this game don't know how to fucking do anything. Everyone in the game's from fucking China. He's getting all crazy. His fucking headphones fell off. Oh, that's so
Dude,
funny.
I love those rage moments. I love the one back in the old Fortnite days. There was that one guy. Can't even think of his name. He was a pretty big streamer, but he was the guy who like
He
smashed
smashed
his
his
keyboard.
keyboard. Yeah. Oh, I used to love that shit too.
Do you guys like Tim the Tap Man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He goofy as hell.
Yeah, he's funny. I always like
He's a-
Nick Merckx.
he's a Cowboys
He's
fan.
funny.
Yeah, Nick Merckx. He's cool.
Look at this balance, dude. Like looking at the TPO, I mean, the thing is just balanced.
Yep.
What's that?
I said, yep.
Like right now, I'm like, buy CWO, sell C high.
The market's starting to get a little bit more bearish here. So I don't know if buying CLO is going to work this time.
I don't know, making higher woes on the bottom here so far.
Yeah, I mean, we really can't know anything until we get either extension from the B area to see if we're going to take the A high or the A low. Because we're just, like we said, A period and then B periods inside A, C period inside B. Market's just balancing.
Yeah, we're just chopping between the trap shorts and the trap longs on the 1 minute right now.
Little short-term bear flag on the Nasdaq. If you trade
Yeah.
flags.
And I mean, it looks like we're seeing the POC shift here. So if we start to hang out below POC, then we can kind of expect to clean up that weak low at that BA low. And the B low is pretty mechanical anyways. There's my crosshair. Yeah, I mean, this is just a weak look right here. Very mechanical. People buying their shorts back inside yesterday's range. We got a big rally off short covering. Most of the move down was just old business, overnight inventory correction. So, I think we're about to roll. And they're targeting this VPOC. That's the sure up structure. And so ideal situation would be a liquidation break. Remember, watch this VPOC. And then the 40 level has been pretty key. But liquidation break comes down to this VPOC, holds, doesn't take the Globex low, defined risk, opportunity to trade back into the mean, the 40 to 45 area. So you're looking 20 or 17 points. Like a 5.4 point stop. But if you look on the 1 minute, I mean, like, we have this distribution, or probably accumulation, distribution, accumulation. So a break would mean that that we kind of have it wrong. So this is distribution, this is accumulation, this is accumulation, and so we can expect typically twice this move, 46 to 35, 30 points. Let's find a reference lower. That's 30 points, 35. Uh-oh, the T2 low, 5/4. This is what I think about when you say smashing the keyboard. Let's see. Let's watch it together, because videos are always fun.
Green, what's your problem, Green? What is your problem? Missile alone ramp. Missile alone ramp.
Wait, is this the guy? Yeah.
No, it's a different guy. You can see that mechanical keyboard, all the keys pop off and they just fucking go everywhere. No, this isn't the one. Let me find that.
No. Yeah, he's like that white kid who has kind of like longer hair.
Yeah.
Yo, he was talking Spanish. I understood everything.
It's this kid. It's this kid.
I'm such a bitch, Brad. I got in at 46 right there and then got out at 38.
Oh, you didn't hold the short?
No, dude, I got out at 38.
Oh.
I was a little worried that, that 36 level was going to hold again. And I thought maybe they might front run it. So I was like, okay, I'll just take profit right there. And damn.
Hey, Jared.
Yes.
I can see your vagina.
Smells like total bitch in here.
Cool. First day.
Here, this one will be funny.
Guys,
got this.
The market's just bleeding lower, right? Like we thought. So
What the fuck?
this is the kid, Delaware.
My God! Hello? There's not actually a ramp there! I'm shooting the wall! Die, my God! Holy shit!
Oh, it's like laggy.
Yeah.
They could never make it as a trader.
Yeah, I mean, I get frustrated at the game for sure too, but never have I been like, you know what, I'm just gonna smash my fucking keyboard.
Rage quit.
Yeah. I covered some right here, 34.50, 34 quarter. One lot left. My stop's at 37.75. Like I said, the target is 5 quarter. AMD is looking low. It's gonna break this range.
Just went and grabbed a coffee and had someone at the front door, and whoa.
Tell them they owe you fucking money.
Now we're moving down.
Mhm.
You
You missed it. I just gave a spiel about it too.
What about it? How it was about to fall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brilliant. Great timing. I need to move somewhere where my door's not knockable. I'm in the middle of a field or something. Too much land, they can't get to my door.
Yeah, I hate when people come to my door. Why are you here? So remember, there's a play here. If we cannot take that Globex low, the play is here. If we do take the Globex low, the play will be off. I'm still in my short, so I'm not going to take the long, but like I said, there is some defined risk opportunities here. Not that I agree with taking it, but you know, it makes sense naturally to catch this little bounce right here. You know what I mean? And so this is the kind of thing, like, so I'm in my short, right? My stop's at 37.50. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, a little bit of a bounce. Not a huge fan of it, but it makes sense where it's bouncing. So now, if we get another push lower and it doesn't take the Globex low, then my stop will be gone because I'll flatten my position, right? So I'm more of like a, you know, like you get 2 chances. If you can't break the low on the second chance, probably a bigger short covering rally that I don't want to sit through, and I'll just look to, you know, play it somewhere else. You know, if I had all day to sit here, then maybe I wouldn't close it and just let it kind of do its thing and hope that it eventually gets down there and hits the target, but all fucking day, so.
We should have some resistance now at the B low, the A low, and the B low.
Yeah, hopefully.
Until you know, any trap longs or done traveling.
All right, I'm out. I close it. You fucking bitch. Oh, I can go down now. I'll be right back.
Too soon, Junior.
Jared, that was you. Get him back. Whatever y'all say in your accents.
What'd you say, TJ?
That was Jared's chance to say what you're always saying to him.
Yeah, I was like, too soon, Junior.
Oh yeah. The difference is like I'm like right a lot, and Jared's just.
It's a very interesting take.
Well, 10 points is a long way for it to
It's like,
come
really,
back.
that's how you see it, huh?
You could take profit down there, and then it comes back to the A and hold. You get back
I mean,
in.
I just see another short opportunity setting up, so I'm just waiting.
Yeah. And I'm not even looking at the computer, so I close and am content. Sell that 40 again if it gets up there.
I hope it crashes from here. Yes. Start.
Oh,
You on the phone?
I'm on the stream.
I finally got a hold of you, Pen. I just got off with them.
Yeah, let me turn this on.
Sorry.
Took the AUO, 2 ticks.
All right. Did we get past that low? It doesn't look like it. What happened, Jared?
Oh, dude, just building a position.
Okay. Just wondering. Slowly but surely.
Still in your short, Jared?
No. That one I actually took profit on, and I just entered again at 36.75.
Now he's out 35.75.
Yeah, right. No, I'm still in. Now 33, probably. I'd probably take it. Here we go.
Ticks breaking zero here. Weighted AD's getting more negative.
I took it at the 33.75. Such a bitch. See, could have
Yeah,
got
mechanical.
out 33.
Yeah, mechanical buying on the settle was all that was. Let's see if they get continuation.
The only reason I shorted it, Brad, was because I would normally go long right there. I'd be like, all right, this
Oh,
is where
would you?
yeah, normally I'd be like, all right, this is where we, go all the way, rally all the way up to the top again. And, that's whenever I'd get creamed. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to short it with the tight stop, and it worked.
Well, at least you didn't buy that seed low the first go, or that when someone came back to it. Water.
Don't fight the market.
It's always right.
Hang on one second. I gotta take a phone call.
Volume still seems like really light today. It's actually 9% more than yesterday. Interesting. So here's the key now. We cleaned up structure. We didn't break the Globex low. So that long was there. Right? I was in the short. We closed the short. But some of you, I'm sure, caught the long. So good job. Now that we're back inside a period, if you start to see volume come in above this 35.75, you know, there's decent odds that this thing can catch a rotation back to like 43, 45. The longer this holds, the more anxious these sellers that are down here, that volume that came in right on that VPOC, are gonna start to get nervous. And you can see a reshort here, reoffer. So like I said, if it gets above this 35.75, you're gonna start to get nervous shorts, and both these spots start to cover, and then your target that's above will be volume. Watch the tick here. I mean, Nasdaq's up 0.4 right now compared to yesterday, so Nasdaq's a lot higher up. But you're seeing all the sectors really just kind of roll over. The Exxon Mobil looks pretty decent, but energy still as a whole doesn't look great.
Hey, Brad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, I said, what do you think about buying DocuSign shares?
Let's peek. What's the symbol? DOC?
It's DOCX, I think.
DOCU.
DOCU, yeah.
What are we talking? Day trade in? We talking long-term
Long-term.
investment? Okay. So companies created 2018, IPOs 36. Do they pay a dividend?
What's that?
Do they pay a dividend?
I don't know.
That'd be something to find out for sure, because that can help you. And like, I don't know about, I don't know much about what DocuSign does, but looking at the chart, it doesn't look great. But it is at like a reasonable level to buy, I guess. I like it a little bit better lower.
Yeah, I was looking at like the 5-year chart, and just on the 1 year, dude, it looks like it's breaking trend, to go up.
Yeah, I don't see that. But you're looking at a daily chart for 5 years?
I looked at the 1 year.
On what time frame? Daily?
Oh, I don't know. I was just screwing around on my phone. I looked on 1 year on Robinhood or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was our first mistake. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look amazing. I just don't know much about the company. And then if you're gonna buy something long term,
Here, I'll screenshot. I'll send you what I have to
fuck
say.
you. They do not have a dividend.
You gonna short the 40, Brad, like you were saying, or what?
Didn't you just get done hearing me give a speech about how we could long at 35 because we're gonna come up to 41 and then up to 45?
I mean, I heard you 20 minutes ago say, you went short from 36. Like I'd short up to 40. And I was like, oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, that was 30 minutes ago.
Things change.
Yeah, the context changed for sure because we got a second look towards the low and didn't break it. So you got those fucking bitch ass sellers down there. Yeah, that chart does not look like it's breaking trend. It kind of looks like it's flattening out at the bottom. But I don't know if I'd call that a trend break.
Okay.
But there is definitely like defined risk. But I still like DocuSign a little bit lower than what it's at. I think that you could probably get in closer to 50, like 52. Just short 52 puts till it gets there and then buy the shares. Make some money. Seems like it might have been a single parent retrace. No, but I don't have a position on right now.
Going down, down.
Don't make me fucking flip this lid up, Jared.
You should have shorted that 40.
No, I'm talking about I flip my lid up and press the buy button.
Launch.
I got that button on my desk whenever I need the market to go up. Fuck, emergency.
Got that go baby go button.
Weighted AD's getting lower. Alfred's trying to come in on this 36 here. Sellers definitely being aggressive down here. See if they can keep going. Offers are following price lower. Are you short the 40, Jared?
I took a short, yeah, but I got out. I
Oh.
wasn't. You made me fucking nervous, and I hate you for it. You're such a bitch.
You know what's funny is I don't know, I don't ever feel that for some reason. Like when someone's like, I think it's gonna go up, I'm always like, well,
Yeah, yeah, but I trust you. I actually trust your opinion more than my own.
I didn't like that second bounce. But it looks like the selling is definitely continuing. You've seen the weighted AD about to make a new low here.
I think you made the right call, Jared. It would have been, I mean, I'm not saying it won't go down, but like, I mean, what Brad said was, I don't feel like going through the rotational and short cover or short covering. That's going to
Yeah.
happen. That was what he said. He didn't necessarily say, I mean, earlier, fine, a little bit later, he did say, if it starts to build volume above 35, then I feel like it's going to go up. But initially, when he was talking about it going down, he said, I'm going to sell it on the second bounce. And then if it doesn't break that low, I just don't feel like waiting to see where, all the volatility happens. So I think you made the right call in getting out. I mean, I'm sitting here debating on closing this thing out. I'm basically right even because it did its double down. And I'm debating on whether or not I want to see it jump back up. I mean, I'll close it out if it gets too high, but I kind of want to see it win, but
Yeah,
you
I feel
never
it.
know.
You never know.
But you also kind
How
of gotta
long do
let
we
it
have
play
left, Ian?
too.
So 7 minutes.
Yeah,
I will say this: the counts have been very consistent for a bit to the downside, and so and the tick has been, so you can see that it's more on the low end than it is on the top end for the past, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes.
all day.
And then the breath is down. So that makes me feel like I want to just let it go. And it doesn't have very far to go, but I don't know.
Considering we broke lower, lower than A period, right? That just kind of let me know that sellers were in control. So I feel like we went down so fast and so far that was a lot of profit taking, and then it came back up, and they got jumped back in again, and
Genius.
Reasserted their positions.
And what's that called when that happens?
What is that
when
called?
sellers are too aggressive at the low?
What is that called?
Short in the hole.
Short in the hole.
Short in the hole. So like you can assume basically, right? Like just like you're saying, we broke and then a bunch of sellers tried to pile on, but they weren't strong sellers because they didn't take the Globex low the first time around, probably because the real inventory came from up here, right?
Yeah.
And then they distributed it, and so they catch the bounce, second time catches that reoffer, and maybe they can break it this time. But like you're saying, the first time they came down here, these mechanical shorts were too short. So if you think about it, these guys, they sold some here. They don't want to sell here. But what do they need to sell? Liquidity. So all these mechanical shorts get trapped. They get stopped back. So they have to buy their positions back. Where are they buying them from? This seller.
Yep.
So you're dead on at understanding the auction today. Good job, Jared.
Thank you.
We're all very proud.
Look, I'm proud. I'm like,
man,
actually, that was a really good explanation. No shit. I mean, that definitely was really good.
yours was good too, Jared.
Well, mainly like to me, I just look at it as like when we're one time framing up, it's like you go up higher, right? People take profit, then all the sellers pile in because they think they're geniuses and nail the top, and then you start trickling down a little bit, and then in 5 minutes, all those sellers get wiped out, and you break the high again and rinse and repeat. You know, it's like people you think that the market wants to go down when really it's just going up. It's just it's just profit taking. And I look at it the opposite way and where it's going down. It's like sellers are winning and they're just taking profit. It comes up and they'll pile back in and say see you later. But
That's a winning strategy to like wait until it hits the low, buy because if you're short, you have to buy back in, wait for it to pop up, and then sell again, and then do it again, and just keep doing it. I mean,
it is because you can limit your loss. And then that's the only reason. Like let's say you wanted to try to get long again near the 28 where it bounced twice already. It's like it would have been a great trade because you could put your stop loss just below it. And if you're wrong, you're wrong.
I think that of course, if we did that, I would call that overtrade.
Well,
But when you
yeah.
have a machine mechanically doing it, it's a whole different ballgame.
Dope, you're still in the short? Good stuff. Initiative selling, Jason? No, this is more responsive selling, right? Initiative selling would take place at least below yesterday's value. So because we're above yesterday, a lot of this initiative sell or responsive selling, excuse me. Initiative selling would be more at the low of the range. But this could be initiative selling if that's what you're talking about. This selling, I don't know if I'd really call it initiative. It's still responsive because we're still right at the top of yesterday's value. But I mean, I think this is buying, to be honest.
Man, my box at the 42, 43 was a great flip zone to take a short from. Popped right up to it and hit supply.
Nice. I want to see this thing come down one more time. Give us a nice tail. Get back inside the Globex range. Come up to this 33. Good volume come in. BPOC shift down. And that's going to be the blast off area. We have one mechanical level. D high. This is a weak low, so it needs to get fixed. And then the C high is literally right off the open. For the most part. 2 ticks. So mechanical market. Yeah, no problem, Jason. So they came all the way back to that low, couldn't break it again. We got two mechanical highs directly above us, the D high and the C high. Pretty good range there, though, but you're still seeing that 40 kind of offer just sitting, so see if they can flip it or we push the low one more time. There's E period. So if overnight inventory was 100% net long, which it was, we can assume all of our London traders are long, but they're probably already finished out. But if they were trying to sell all morning, this is where we could get our reversal. London close sometimes can act as a reversal period, so you always want to be careful. More often than not, E period does nothing, as we know, but sometimes it can act as a reversal. And in a market or a day where the market is kind of undecided, even though everything is saying red, we don't trust it. Nasdaq trying to come up to its gap right here, or I mean it's a VWAP. 984.
I feel like Mutombo's up here. He's just like, no, 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 no.
Just keeps smacking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just look left on the 1 minute chart, you can see the supply we're running into from that previous consolidation. We clear that level, go to the other side.
The rest of the market is just not jumping on board. You know, like a total risk off look where utilities, materials, and real estate are the only green sectors. They're like the shit sectors.
Here's an interesting take, Brad. I've traded 3 trades on 4 different accounts. I've traded 12 trades so far today. I've traded 100%. And not like, and that doesn't necessarily mean good, right? Because you could have took a shit ton of heat and then got out in profit, but I haven't even really taken any heat. Today's been a great day.
Jared, I already told you good job once. You're not going to get it again, okay?
No, you're pushing your luck.
You asked
Yeah, Go ahead.
I'm just
So
saying,
that day-
there for a while, I was trading really, really good, and it's happened before. I'm just saying, but I was forcing my winning trades by averaging in. Like today, I've just been taking profit. It's been going good.
The day that I was the most proud of was not the day that I had like a day that I had like a, I don't know, 27 or a 30-point trade, or maybe even a 50 point. I don't remember. It was a lot of points. But the day that I felt the proudest was when I took like maybe a half or 3/4 of a point of heat, and I was solid in all my accounts, and all the trades that I took were good because I was following my plan and winning.
Mm-hmm. Like if we still haven't gotten above that VWAP, so for me, anything near there, I'm ready to short, and then just run a tight stop. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I still think we're gonna go back down.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the VWAP this time.
Yeah, VWAP's not where it's at.
You don't think the VWAP is not relative to, or not relevant for the way
it
it's
could be.
behaving?
No, I
Other-
think it's relative. I just think we're going to pop it. I don't know if we'll stay above it, but I think we're going to go above it.
Yeah, we'll test 49 if we get over this 43 quarter.
I'm
Right.
really like, sorry, TJ, go ahead.
I was just saying, in my opinion, we would test 49 if we get over this 43 quarter. But
Yeah, I think so. I think the same. But the key will just be like, can it take that next mechanical reference above, which is the open? And if it can, then that's when you can start to go back into two-way mode. I mean, there's been two-way mode all day, right? But if you've been leaning short, you've probably been on the right side for all of your trades for the most part. as we get back above the open, things start to change a little bit because of the sentiment. So you've got to think about big money traders, and this is how I think about it. And I don't know if this is how other people think about it, but how I think about it is if I'm a big money trader and I'm looking at a screen, I'm not looking at any charts, right? I'm looking at percentages. We talked about this, how I think everything is pretty much based in math, right? And so I think all these big guys are also basing all their shit in math. And so all of a sudden, they look over at their Quotron machine and it says, the ES is green. They're like, oh shit, the ES is green. I better buy a couple of these. And then, it goes on and, Jeff starts doing it, Bill starts doing it, Bob starts doing it. And then the next thing you know, we're at fucking 40.78 or some shit. Like,
So far, it's holding.
yeah.
It went almost right up to it, and then went back down.
Yeah, and like I said, it's until it gets above the open, you can probably fade every rally. And that's probably the smarter thing, honestly, especially in the day like today, because most of the moves up have been very choppy, which is why I kind of think that buying on the settle is actual real buying. But if you've been short, if you've been patient, you pretty much got in and gone into profit almost right away. And you've had chances to cover, quickly or hold as well. So
It's been an interesting day to be sure.
yeah, Jared, I don't know if I'd go with DocuSign. I think there's other stocks. Like, what was driving you to it? Did you get a tip on it or something?
Something like that.
He's like, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, then I was
Well, his
looking
dad's
at
probably
it.
trading it today.
No, my dad trades. Dude, he is a savage. But no, somebody told me about it. I was looking at the chart, and I'm like, dude, I think so. I think it could rally like a motherfucker. No, my dad likes trading like Cleveland Cliff, a steel company, and Royal Caribbean and Caesars, and he likes those kinds of stocks. I don't know. He's all over the board.
What would you call those kind of stocks?
I don't even know what the fuck I'd call them.
Are
Shitty
those
stocks, I guess.
old man stocks?
Yeah, like old man stocks. Yeah. No, he trades a lot though. He'll buy like 30, 40,000 shares of different companies and then day trade them
for 5 cents each.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I fucking got 30 cents today. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. No,
He's like, look at my portfolio. I have 5 million shares.
I just
of
hope it
Dogecoin.
of Dogecoin. No, I actually made a call out for him yesterday, Brad, which why he trusted me, I don't know, but I told him first thing in the morning to get out of his shares of Cleveland Cliff, and I thought we were going down. And he called me. He's like, "You made me 50 grand this morning." I'm like, fuck yeah.
You can tell him your fucking address? I'm like, Dad, you know my bank account number, right? Fucking send it.
Here's my PayPal.
So AMD has been basically steadily making lower highs. I think dead on the line. I don't know if it's exactly. I'm kind of curious to see this now. I gotta draw a trend line for this.
See, just below the VWAP. Went back down.
Oh, come on, just do the freaking drawing.
And talk to Magic Dragon real quick. We should get that, Tommy. Isn't that an English book? Off the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. Blah blah blah. Oh, there are swords.
Been
posted
an
that zone.
interesting day to be sure.
Yeah.
What was that?
I posted a picture of that zone that I've been watching in the features chat. If anyone wanted to look at it.
What's it showing you?
I just watch how it responds each time it gets there, and that's how I track the inventory. So I drew it an hour and a half ago, and we've respected it like 8 times.
I just did a 3 candle buy. The fills on this thing are crazy good. The initial fills, it was trying to buy it. I bought it 10 cents less than what they put at the limit in that.
And
Now,
that's
box
that's
to
kind
put.
of
That's got to be
pretty
what?
good spread.
Well, that's the crazy part is it was, I mean, if it's because the limit, of course, is it's just, and the limit is 4 cents higher than the current ask.
I like that.
So it basically knows what the price is. And because, of course, I have this across a few accounts, it basically puts the order in, the limit order in, and it adds 4 cents to whatever that number is. And it bought 10 cents less than that. So it actually got in 6 cents less than what the actual ask was at the moment that it did the order.
Yeah, you can't beat good fills, that's for sure. It's like most people have problem with slippage, and you have like the reverse problem.
Well, I mean, typically it's dead on or close within a few cents, but like 10 cents difference is not normal. But I will say that, you know, it depends on what's happening in the market. It's breaking the trend. It's popping above that trend. So if we get too far out of alignment, I'm going to dump this thing.
Need shorts to keep covering this 42, 43 to get the upside. We're on a bearish divergence right here, so if we get back under that, we might get a little pullback.
Well, I'll wait for that pullback and then I'll sell.
I said if we get under.
I'm not. I mean, I knew that I was taking a chance when I set it up for Tim today. And it's been, I mean, the bot has made, I mean, it's been up for, I don't know, like 6, 7, 8 days straight. So, I mean, it has to have down days. So
Yep.
I'll take the down day. But it's going to have to get a pretty decent liquidation for this thing to get me back to profit. Not that it's out of the question, but counts are kind of going back toward even. Pretty low numbers though. It's hard to play. It's hard to know the counts when they're so low.
Buyers are stepping up on this 42, like right above that T2 high. You wonder if that's sellers hovering right here. And now we're seeing our VPOC shift here again. We're above it this time. NASDAQ failed to take its VWAP on that first look. I don't know, I feel like if you look at the DOM, right, you can see all these offers basically from 50 till now, or to like 43.75. You see a little bit of bidding from like 41 to 37, so not really a big range. But it looks almost like they're trying to hold the price below the VWAP, trying to accumulate below the VWAP. And the only thing that's going to confirm that is, you know, a break of the high of the VWAP and trend. So let's see what we can see. Oops.
It looked like it didn't even break that VWAP on that last run up.
It didn't.
Like it didn't even touch it.
Nope.
I mean, maybe that's what it's going to try and do now. But like
Yep.
it popped up, it got close, and then just couldn't take it.
Yeah, it's holding the 41 quarter.
Oh, I was like looking at DocuSign just now. I'm like, what the fuck? These prices don't match.
Everything's on sale.
Yeah, I'm like, oh damn.
Hey, Brad, we were talking about the Naples yesterday,
Oh yeah.
and years ago, this is years ago, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and he hit my wife's car, right? So not him, one of the Naples. He's driving
Oh
you know, they own all the garbage. He's driving the waste management truck, you know, but he was at the Naples.
yeah.
Super nice guy. He's super nice. When I called me up, I called him up. He says, "Listen, bud, just go to this place. I forget the name of the place in Dunmore, right? Naturally, in Dunmore. Got to go to a body shop." He says,
Mhm.
"Listen, go around the back. There'll be a little green door. Knock on the door. You ask for the fish man. He'll take care of everything, right? Yeah, he'll take care of everything, right?" I go. I ask, the fish man. He doesn't ask my name. He says, "Where's the key?" Give him the keys. Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Fucking put a whole brand new everything on the back of. We had a Cadillac. Just fucking didn't fuck around, like all brand new. You know what I mean? Beautiful.
Was the
Yeah.
VIN scratched off?
It was barely. It was only a little. There was only a little dink in it, a little scratch. I would have told him, don't even worry about it, but it was a lease. I said, "Geez, bud, it's a lease. I don't really, because I always people hit me all the time. I say, don't worry about it, a little dent or something." But I didn't want to end up paying on the lease, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made him fix it, and it was just a little, I don't know, 8-inch scratch or something. The plastic fender, like the plastic around the back, he tore it. They put a whole new back end, like you know what I mean. Everything brand new. They didn't fuck around at all. You know what I mean? One day, done. Beautiful job. The guy was real nice too. Nice guy. I don't know what the name. I wish I knew. I forget his first name. Like I said, about 10 years ago. It was funny though. He said, "You got to go around the back and see the fish man." I said, "Oh Jesus Christ! Now what's gonna happen here?" Funny.
You're gonna get the crap beat out of you.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with your car. Maybe
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
which you don't know is that he fixed the car, but he took the Cadillac converter out.
And took your CDs from the glove box.
Put a bomb in it, right?
Yeah. Casino style.
Damn, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's so
What
good.
movie?
Dude, that movie was so graphic. Like they made some scenes look
Casino.
so real. Like when he gets hit over the head with the baseball bat, dude, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
So have any of you guys seen My Blue Heaven?
No.
It's a really old movie. Steve Martin, he's basically a wise guy, and he gets pulled into the witness protection program, and it's like a whole deal, a whole thing. I mean, obviously, you have to just sort of take it as a comedy, but it is freaking hilarious.
And what's it called? Blue what?
My Blue Heaven.
My
It's
Blue
old.
Heaven.
I mean, it's probably 20, maybe even 25 years old. Maybe even more than that. May have
Probably
been
more
like
than
early
that.
90s. May have been
Isn't
early
Steve
90s.
Martin in that? Steve Martin in
1990s.
that?
That's 33 years old.
Yeah, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
What is Jared? What's 33?
It came out in 1990, so it's 33 years old. It's a great movie. It's such a fun movie. I mean, and Steve Martin plays that part so well.
Dude, Steve Martin's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's good.
My dad, like I grew up with, my dad, he always like loved older movies. Like I grew up watching old westerns and 80s movies
Tombstone.
and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bonanza.
Shane.
Shane's older than me. I don't remember watching Shane, but I remember watching
You
lots
didn't
of
watch
Bonanza
Shane? I watched.
and
So I
Petticoat
remember
Junction.
Fonzie. Yeah, Petticoat Junction. Honeymooners. I used to watch the Honeymooners every night.
Yeah, Honeymooners was before me.
A lot of Gene Wilder movies.
Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Oh, you mean the Western ones?
See no evil, hear no evil.
Oh, you're okay. You're talking about all of them, not just the Western ones.
I just saw a thing on, I forget what year Clint Eastwood was born. I said, oh, fuck. Man, that was like in the 30s. He was born. He's still around.
Yeah, he's old as fuck.
Yeah,
This thing is
he's like,
hovering right now. It's like cash, VWAP? Yeah? No? Huh? Any buyers?
Yeah, it like keeps trying to get to the VWAP and like going, oh, sorry, can't make it to the VWAP, and then falling back down a little bit, getting a little bit of retrace, and then oh wait, let's get back to the VWAP. Let's go.
Yeah, interesting.
Several references in this area. This time around, now the 200's right here. I didn't see it a while ago. The 200's sitting at the 44, and the 50
Mhm.
is sitting on the 45
The 200's at the 44?
Yeah.
on the 1 minute chart.
Oh, on the 1 minute chart.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
the
yeah.
15, it looks like that's where it's at. Oh, no. Never mind. On the 15, it's at 25.
I don't track any moving averages that are on the daily though. Except for this 50 right here on the 1 minute. Because I mean overlaid onto this chart. I have my 200 at 39.65 or something, so
6 more minutes.
Yeah, I was just other references here. We got a little bit more added, maybe sell pressure than just our original stuff. This is the first time those are sitting there at the box. And we got bearish divergences as we're coming up to the VWAP right here.
But are they grizzlies or are they brown bears? I need a grizzly. I need a freaking crazy ass bear. Let's go take that weak low.
oh, I was wondering what you were talking about. Big bears, what?
I was thinking the same thing.
See you later.
He was saying that there was a bearish divergence, and I was just like, I need like a crazy ass bear, not like a.
Yeah, I didn't make the connection. I was slow right there.
Brown bears are not really all that aggressive.
Yeah,
I
unless
need
they
an
have
aggressive
cub.
bear.
Fucking grizzly bears and shit will charge cars and shit if their cubs are around.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
Grizzly
yeah,
bears
brown
are like
bears
brown bear. I guess black bears are probably more. I mean,
Black
there's a
bears,
video
yeah.
of some lady standing on a trail, and the black bear is like walking by, and she's like standing there, just like videoing the bear. It like pops up and stands up and is like sniffing her, and then it
Yeah,
goes
I
down and
saw
it
that.
keeps going. If that was a grizzly, it'd be freaking,
Well, a
lacrosse in
brown
that
bear is
spot.
a grizzly. A brown bear and a grizzly are pretty much the same thing. The black bears are different.
Black bear, sorry, black bear. Then is what I meant.
Yeah. We have black bears.
In California,
Usually, though, if a-
because of the state, we differentiate between grizzly bears and brown bears.
Which is why I grew up in California, so that was actually. And
Yeah.
brown bears are, well, they're the more. They're not as active as grizzlies, from what I know. But I should have said black bears because those are the ones that are really not.
Yeah, black bears are a lot
Well, not
smaller. They're big climbers, and they're like the size of a Rottweiler. Big Rottweiler.
Yeah, they say if a black bear attacks you, fight back. But if a grizzly attacks you, play dead. Because the black bear is going to eat, usually.
Yeah.
The grizzly,
Well, they say
grizzly
like
might just be.
they say like a grizzly bear's claws are so sharp that if it were to swipe, it could like literally cut your body in half, like just slice your torso right off.
Well, it's the sharpness and the power.
Yeah.
Those things are freaking.
But that's crazy. Can you imagine just one swipe? Fucking Darth Maul
I've seen
somebody.
them in cartoons all the time where it cuts you into like 4 equal pieces. Must be true. I've seen it.
Yeah, pull that can of spinach out.
That's how you knew that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio was bullshit. The guy's like, yeah, I fought a grizzly bear.
What
Oh
was that,
shit.
Covenant? No, Revenant.
The Revenant.
Revenant, yeah. It was like that one time, like you heard that story about that guy killing a mountain lion when he was on a hike or something, and then you see the story, or you see like the mountain lion, and it's like, I mean, it's a mountain lion, but
like a tiny
it,
cat.
you know, it's like less than 100 pounds. So, I mean, like, I get it. It's got claws and teeth, and it's a fucking predator. But if it's only 100 pounds, I'm
It
gonna
wasn't
fuck
like
it up.
Yeah. Fucking wild animal. I don't want to fight a even a squirrel is vicious.
I'll murder a squirrel easy.
I've seen Christmas Vacation. I know how those
Yeah.
squirrels can be.
Yeah, they're vicious.
You ever see the show Alone?
Yeah.
That stupid ass bitch that was on the show one season. She like shoots this squirrel, but she doesn't kill it. It's barely alive, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, squirrel. Thank you for your sacrifice." And she's like rubbing it on its head, and it fucking bites her ass.
Yeah, I saw.
Dumbass.
If you're shooting something, you don't rub its head.
Well, she was like thanking it, like, you know, thanking it for its sacrifice
That's
to
just
nourish her
a chance,
body and
like
shit.
10 feet away. Come on.
Well, she shot it with a bow and arrow.
Well,
That's
what I'm
you want to
saying,
talk about a show with savages. That show has some fucking savage. It make you not feel like a man when you watch that show. There's some of the houses that these guys build out of just trees and a handsaw, and you're just like, damn, that's nice.
I'd be out of there in fucking 8 hours. I'd be hungry. I'd be the fuck out of here and I'd eat a cheeseburger.
You're like driving to McDonald's.
Dude, the one guy fucking beat down a wolverine to death with like a fucking heavy stick because it was trying to steal his meat in the middle of the night. So not only did he beat its ass to death, he did it in the pitch black. Because you could see it happening in his night vision camera. All right, Plum, see you later, man.
And they're vicious.
Oh, Wolverines? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing worse than a Wolverine is a fucking honey badger.
They're trying so hard to keep it with you up.
This thing's going up. It's accumulation.
Yeah,
Is it gonna keep going up though, or is it just?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you look, like, we have tapering off the low, right? Now we're kind of getting above this volume. But yeah, that's the question of the day right there. Can we get some continuation? Because this thing could easily come back up to 40-60 and get rejected back down to VWAP.
Yeah, the next zone I got is like 48 to 50.
If we could break above that 48.50, we could start running up into the volume above maybe.
Yeah. We should run up to like the 60, where that's where that mechanical level is at. The open, or 59, yeah.
But we might get stuck at that 48, 49, just come back down. Brad, I was gonna ask you earlier. You see how the C and the D go down? They're like tails.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you see how much volume we put in down there comparatively to like above? Does
Right.
that tell you anything? What is that? Does it just tell you there's a lot of volume in there?
I think that was initiative buying. So like,
Okay.
I mean, it's right on the high of yesterday, and it looked like it came back down. They couldn't get it. It tried it again, couldn't get it, and then when it got back down this level again, people are just like, you know what? Well, if you're not going to go down, you're going to go up, and they just kind of changed their minds there.
I see it, and right there on the C, there's a guy named Ted that I know that was going to sell on that, and then he said, you know what? I just see all my friends are buying, so he just switched and he decided to buy. That's what I see.
That's what I did. As soon as Jared was like, oh, it's going low, and then he was like, oh, I'm covering, and I'm like, oh, time to buy. It's like a handoff.
Oh, got a weak guy right here.
Oh, it's like sellers are taking profit.
Yeah, true.
So you're breaking trend here, breaking VWAP. The rest of the market is in agreement. The Russell looks very weak, but who cares about the Russell, to be honest? Those are your mom and pop shops. Nice break of trend here. Good. Weighted AD looks like it's ready to go positive. All right, guys. Well, it's 12 o'clock. You know, we kind of, I mean, honestly, the play we had really early would have been the play of the day. Long in that low, because we didn't break the Globex low. So,
Game time.
but going into the rest of the day, we still have these weak references below. So you still got to be paying attention for a liquidation break, right? Because, and the reason is, if we have mechanical levels like this, especially when they start to build, it's called sequencing, and we had it on the D high, and then we had it on the C high. So we had sequencing down, and then we had sequencing starting up. So we fixed this. So let's see if we fix this, and then the auction might rotate back down. So don't get sold on the long side unless the market gets above the open and stays up there. If we just come above the open, definitely. Especially, I mean, you look at everything else. We are making higher lows here, just not higher highs yet. Above the view up, so let's see if the view up holds. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. If they fail to take the open, this thing comes. Yeah, I'll put it up in Discord.
Okay, cool.
But if it fails that, remember that these are down here, and that's what I'm saying. There's good odds for a late day liquidation break. Could be news driven. Biden's on at 2:30 today. Excuse me, 2:30 today. So you know, set your fucking alarm clock, because who knows what he's gonna say. Not even him. And if we do get a break, I think the break of this low probably takes us back down into these single prints from like 12 to 5. So that's kind of where I'll be looking for. I'm almost positive I marked that distribution yesterday, but it's not showing. But yeah, I mean, you can see the weak spots in the profile from yesterday. So that would be the target of trap shorts, right? And we're kind of, you know, we kind of continue to do this. So let's zoom this out a little bit and take a look while we're looking. Actually, I will pull up a different chart. We can just see the profile. TPO levels, there it is. Okay, so we've got just our TPO chart here. Let's go ahead and remove the evening sessions. And so what we're kind of seeing here, right? We saw that big balance, look out, pull back to the top of balance, bunch of short covering. Shorts get a chance to cover, they cover, but what happens is they get trapped. Short time sellers got trapped again. We squeezed up. They got a chance back into the previous day's range, and they started covering their shorts, right? So they haven't got a chance to get back down here yet. That's a sign of weakness. Not breaking Globex low, definitely a sign of weakness, but there's that sign of weakness. They also got trapped here. They also got trapped here. They also got, I mean, these are suspect lows, but these are mechanical suspect lows when, you know, all this inventory came in at this low. What we can kind of like just decipher is, even on a deep pullback down to some of these levels, if there's a reaction, I still think that we can continue up. Remember, it is earnings season, so there's still a lot going on, and I'm talking more macro long term, not intraday. You know, right now we're kind of popping up almost at that R1, almost like the opening range low here. That's at 58 now. It's almost back up to the open. I mean, we're at 50, but 8 points away. What's the difference? And then you have this, but this was on a contract rollover, so I have a really hard time kind of like deciphering or like really placing the inventory. So I don't really take anything into it except for that it's acted as resistance twice. So if we get back up here, which is that 4100 level, we could act as or could act as some more resistance again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure that you're managing risk and sticking to your trade plan. And I will catch you guys later.